Hey, burned in teachers, this is Gretchen of Always a Lesson. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I am so sorry I can't be there with you. Unfortunately, I've got two little ones that keep me quite busy and exhausted, and I'm unable to make that 8 o'clock time frame. But in talking with Amber, we are excited to still be able to do this Facebook Live, albeit a little different than the norm. So instead of me being on here live, I'm doing a pre-recorded video for you, sharing some tips, and then I want, during the live time, you guys to chat about what your takeaways you have, what ideas that you want to share with each other, and I think it'll be just as great. In fact, in talking with Amber when she first asked for me to be a guest host on the live, I thought, I don't know how I can say no. This sounds like a great opportunity. I just don't know if I can make it work with my schedule. And I thought, what a great lesson for teachers when you have this great idea, but you have these other barriers. Why do you have to say no? Why can't you think differently about how you can still make that great idea happen? And so that's what we did. We brainstormed and thought, I can record my message at any time and then upload it. So I'm so thankful that you're here. You're ready to listen. Take this as a lesson in, hey, make it happen. Overcome those barriers. You got this. I want to talk about a PLN. Thanks for listening to this week's podcast episode all about PLNs, personal learning networks, and you heard a little bit about how they are so helpful to both Amber and I 100% say if there's one thing you can do this year, it's connect with other great educators, because that has really transformed my classroom practice, the way I think. My perspective is much more broadened from hearing experiences of others, and having a mentor in an area where you're weak is just fantastic. So I want to give you 5 tips for how to make the most of this partnership, but most importantly, how to even begin the process of having a PLN. You don't have to have something at your school already. You can make this PLN your very own, and it can be in person or it can be virtually. So here you go. My first tip is just to make sure you think about what are your strengths and your weaknesses. In order to do this analysis, you have to just make a T-chart and say, what am I good at and what do I need to work on? Because what you're good at, you can mentor someone else. And then where you're weak, you want to find someone who is really great in that area. So once you have your list, tip number 2 is then you're going to prioritize your look for in a mentor. So which are the most important things of your weaknesses that you have got to find in someone else immediately? And that's really going to help you center in on your search of what are the skills that you need. Tip number 3 is to seek out something in the school, in your district, in the state. It could be virtually. You need to hang where these people are hanging, because that's how you're going to be able to find them, right? So once you know the skills that you're needing, you're prioritizing which ones you're looking for, then you're going to seek them out. You need to approach them with a question like, how do you do XYZ? That's much more purposeful than saying, hey, can you be my mentor? Hey, do you want to be part of my PLN? It's more of, I need to understand how you do this. Can you help me? And they're much more willing to say, oh yeah, this is what works for me, and think about how it can work for you. And it gets that conversation going more authentically than like, hey, can I use you to make me better? Right? And last tip, number 5 is be patient, because relationships definitely take time. Got to cultivate them in the right way. And at first you're going to feel like you're giving more than you're taking. That's okay. That's the foundation for a great relationship, is to be a giving heart. And that's what's so great about teachers. They're willing to help each other. So I think through these 5 tips of you making your benefits of this mentorship and what you're great at and what you need, then prioritizing those things, then going and seeking them out, approaching them with a question, and then having some patience, you're definitely going to have an amazing PLN. I know you got this. I hope you found this helpful. I can't wait to come back into this group, see what you guys have thought about these tips, what you've added in with your own personal experience, what has worked for you, what are some roadblocks. I'll certainly be hitting up the comments. Thank you, Amber, for putting this together and helping us think outside the box and how we can still make this work. It's such a powerful group, and I know we're going to do amazing things. Keep going, y'all. And as Amber always says, burn on.